Good morning and happy spectacular Sunday. This is Notations of a Nappy Girl, volume 10. We're at 10. Yay. Okay, so what I want to talk about today is the simple application of accepting your life for what it is. And what I mean by that is not accepting temporary confines of your life, not accepting those momentary setbacks, but accepting the greatness in your life as it was predetermined to be. Too often we get roped into our setbacks and our shortcomings, and we constantly want to keep revisiting those and keep thinking about them and going back over them in our heads about what we could make right and what we would do differently and things like that. When in reality, what we need to do is take those setbacks, take those shortcomings, and let them make us stronger. Let them motivate us to where we need to be. And in doing so, you not only make yourself a better person, you make your own personal universe, your own personal space just that much better. Let me give you an example. A person who may not fiscally be where they want to be, and they keep waiting on that next big thing, that next big hit, that next big lottery win. And I know people say, you got to spend big to win big, but at the end of the day, who are you making rich? Not yourself, because you're not paying yourself. You're taking that money out of your pocket, putting it into the pocket of a huge lottery conglomerate, and I'm just using the lottery as an example, and just banking on luck and just banking on the chance that your numbers will come up in a certain sequential order and that everything will be right in the universe. But if we watch those shows about when lottery goes bad, those people who have won and thought that their life is going to be completely changed and completely different, and it really wasn't. Things went downhill from there. Things got worse for them from there. So, once again, going back to video, I believe 7, perception is everything. If you broke right now, it's probably because you're supposed to be broke right now. And I don't mean broke for the rest of your life. I don't mean, emotionally broken forever. I just simply mean in this moment, that is what it's supposed to be. In that moment is when you find out who your friends are, who your allies are, and you truly find out at your weakest moment how strong you as an individual really are. If you look at the things that we go through, when you look at the things that we deal with on a day-to-day basis, we really are a lot stronger than we give ourselves credit for. And that's the inner strength that we have to dig down into ourselves to find, to bring us back up to where we need to be. I had a friend call me last night, and she was upset about something that went on in her realm. And I took it and made it positive. And it was hilarious because I could hear her sucking her teeth. Like, I really don't want to hear this right now. I really don't want to hear this positivity mess. But before we hung up that phone, I reiterated the point of speaking your greatness into existence. And they say it throughout theology, they say it throughout philosophy, psychology. Your thoughts will become your actions will become your behaviors, and your behaviors will become your way of life. So if you constantly sit around and you talk about what's wrong in your world and what's not right in your world and how you would do things differently if only you had that one minute chance to change things, basically you're living, or should I say, you're on a ship. Better analogy. You're on a ship that you're trying to sail forward, but you're going to miss hitting that rock up there because you're looking behind you. Because you're looking at the shoulda, woulda, couldas, the what ifs. If this had been different, if I had been born at a different time, if I had different parents, people, your life is predetermined. What's going on with you right now is only a fraction of what's supposed to happen in your life. You're only living within that moment, and you have to get beyond that moment. Get out of that tunnel vision of what your circumstances are. My money not long. My kids are bad. My mate is cheating. Okay. And all those things are happening for a reason, and it's hard to see the good in them. But everything's happening for a reason, even for kids. I can't pass this subject. My mom won't get off my back. We don't ever had nothing to do. Stuff like that. That's only supposed to be in that moment. Leave it in that moment. Take off the blinders, get out the tunnel vision, and look around you. Look at everything that makes up your life, every facet that makes up your day, from each person that you encounter to each thing that you do, each task that you complete, each goal that you set. Everything is a stepping stone to get you to the next level. And for me, it's like playing a video game. I always want to get to the next level. I don't like to lose. I don't want to use up all my lives before I level up. I want to do it right here, right now. So what do I do? With each screen that I look at on a game, I sit and I analyze it first. If I move this, this, and this, then this will happen. Well, on the last screen, I didn't do this and something went wrong. And it's all about feeding from each experience, each moment, taking something from it. It's the same thing with relationships. I tell my friends all the time, relationships are like a jigsaw puzzle. They bring some pieces, you bring some pieces, and hopefully those pieces will fit together cohesively as a unit to make a beautiful picture. But if it doesn't, you still have something to take away from that experience. Whether good or bad, you still have something to take away. So, in saying all that, I say, know yourself first. Know where you're going. At least have a plan, have a blueprint. A great architect cannot build you your dream home without a blueprint, without a SketchUp, without a markup, however they call it. They cannot do anything without that initial plan of action. And that initial plan of action for your life started the moment you took your first breath. It started the minute you formulated your first thought. That plan, that blueprint, is telling you everything that you want, everything that you need, and how you're going to go about getting it. It just depends on if you're going to take the time to read it. Are you going to pull out those 12 pages of instructions, or are you going to fumble through it as you go along and say, hey, I'll just learn it as I go? I say take the time to read your directions, read your instructions. Figure out if A and B fit together, or if A and C actually go together better. You can circumvent B completely and still have a sturdy structure. It just depends on what has the most paramount importance in your life. Is it your love? Is it your finances? Is it your relationships with families, relationship with friends? What is important to you? Find that passion, find that drive. Let it burn in the pit of your belly. Write it down every single day. What you want, even if it's one word on a different sheet of paper every single day. Yes, you will have a million sheets of paper, but as long as you're focusing on that goal, as long as you're focusing on that task, then you have just that focus. And life without focus is life without meaning. Peace and blessings, my friends.